And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll see it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that is full. I've traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this, than that, so that. Anyway, I'll do it my way. I don't really want to waste too much time right now because I really want to drive. So please forgive me if I don't share too much. I'll share what I can. I'm just so excited. So when it comes to this channel that I created, Super 8911, Super 8919, it's ultimately derived from my love and interest for muscle. So I have an interest in tuner cars, exotics, and all the other brand vehicles or types of vehicles. But V8, I don't know, maybe it's a Toretto complex. So I'm excited to just get back on the road in America and hear my cars and drive safe and normal, because, we don't do illegal things. All right, for starters, for an outside shot of the Scat Pack Charger. Don't mind the mess, meaning the garage, and don't mind the dirtiness. It's gotta be rectified. Don't worry, I'll get on that. So not wasting any more time, let me start these things up. Oh man, exactly how I left her, in great condition. I forgot how nice the interior is. Like, look at the red velvet on black. So I'm not a fan of the flashy interiors, but for this is actually my speed, so it's perfect. It's not overdone, it's not tacky. Yeah, it has a little bit of pop to it. I forgot to hit the So immediately out the gate, the drivability and comfortability of the Charger is overall it's just impressive. The steering's pretty tight even without the sport mode. The suspension's pretty smooth. It's not a bumpy ride by any means, and the power is just so immediate and so direct. Like, it's surprising every time. So this area looks decent. Hopefully nobody jumps out the bushes. For starters, one of my favorite things about the Charger is the color scheme. I know white is hard to keep clean, however, the black and white theme with the red accents, I mean, even the interior matches. And you have the badges that match. At one point, I did do red tire lettering on the vehicle, but I think I'm gonna give that a rest. But if you go to my Instagram page, you'll see when I tied the fresh lettering, it looked actually pretty legit. Brake system, the Brembo brake system with the slotted rotors. So when I was looking for this car, I was sure to look for this style rim, as it has the dual spokage. I'm not sure what the proper term for it is. Don't mind the curb rub. But this rim was my favorite style out of them all. If I could get I think it's the Hellcat set, that'd be nice, but these will do. So for the longest, I had to get over the look of the new Chargers looking like oversized Dodge Dart. And the only way to do that was to test drive them myself and get over how they look, and it literally grew on me. So the more I got used to it, the more I looked at it. The front end is extremely aggressive, as well as the back. As you can see, the rear indentions for vents. I don't believe they're active though. Let me see. Yeah, there's a vent. So yeah, it does serve a purpose. So the original plan for this vehicle, I wanted something more modern when it came to muscle, as well as something bigger, four-door, so I'd be able to transport, you know, either family, friends, my gear. Because everybody that knows, you know, in the military, you have a bunch of stuff to carry. You're gonna need something to carry it in. And just having the ZL1 to lug that stuff around doesn't always get the job done. It gets pretty tight. And also, I wanted something that I wouldn't have to put too much money into to modify it. It already comes stock with 485 horsepower, 475 foot-pounds of torque. 6.4 liter V8 engine, naturally aspirated. As I said, 6.4 V8 engine stock. Like, I haven't even touched the intake. So with where it's at and what it does, I'm extremely pleased, and as long as I take care of the maintenance, I should be more than good to go. As far as the features go, well, first off, please don't mind the mess. I know I have to clean this thing. Features on this car definitely blew my mind. I didn't realize they had muscle cars with, what's the feature called? Like, you can literally take your hands off the steering wheel and it will keep the car centered in a lane for you. Like, I wouldn't have ever cared about that. And then when I saw that this had it, I was like, whew, it's interesting. It has sensors. Whenever you get ready to switch a lane, that little triangle, if you can see it, will light up, and it will chime to let you know somebody's in your blind spot. Because when you put your turn signal on, which you're supposed to do before you switch lanes, it'll alert you to if somebody is there or not. Oh, let's see. Oh, and bad timing, for whatever reason, my center console won't light up or activate. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to look into it. It's kind of weird. It would go on and off before, but now it's off completely. So in the wintertime, if it's too cold out and you need to start your car to warm it up, you can key it up. Oh, because I'm sitting in here, it won't do it. Let's try this again. You can key it up. There it is. But once you key it up, if you do not get into the car by a certain amount of time and push the start-stop button, it will cut off on you. So I'm not sure if you just noticed, but when I sat in the vehicle or turned it on, it saved my seat setting, so it moved it back into the original position that I set it. And also you can set the memory of the seats. I'm pretty sure most cars have that type of feature now. However, I'm easy to please, so I would never look for something like this. As long as you give me air condition, a radio, Bluetooth, and a manual, even though this is automatic, like, I'm good to go. So let's take her for a spin. Like I said before, the center console won't come on. I spoke to Dodge and they said they're 2 weeks out in order to set appointments. We're gonna have to wait. So once again, this being a stock vehicle and the way it sounds and performs is absolutely amazing. And if you want more of a kick, you always have your features like the Sport and the Super Track Pack. Now, I haven't played much with the Super Track Pack, as it's best used actually for a performance setting. And I'm not able to show you the full package on the center console. When it's on, it shows you the exact features that are activated, like the suspension, the handling, and also I believe even the valve or engine settings. But unfortunately, without that setting being available, without the center console, I'm not able to go through that with you. However, without the center console and being able to see the settings of the Super Track Pack, you are able to activate the sport mode. So I'm not getting on it, and you can tell the gear ratio is pretty short. However, as you get on it and get more aggressive, so will the car, elongating the gear ratio and giving you higher RPMs. The throttle response is just, I think you can hear me a little better, but I love driving with the windows down. But the throttle response is absolutely immediate. There's no hesitation, no delay. It's instant. And with remaining within safe limits, I'll be able to demonstrate a little bit of that. You'll hear it. Man. Okay, we're in sport mode. We got a bit of open road, and then generally a safe area, so you'll be able to hear the difference. All right, so we're about at 30 miles per hour. Oh man. All right, I'm good. We're good. I tell you, this thing never ceases to amaze me. So it's just so gratifying just to hear that deep rumble, firing on all 8 cylinders. So I'm not a Mopar fanboy by any means, but I mean, they know what they got. Affordable horsepower, you don't have to do anything to it. So generally what, Mopar fanboys do is they just worry about the cosmetics. Never gets old. So some other things I can think of about the car, the gas mileage is actually pretty decent. Does about 15 in the city, 25 on the highway. I believe that's because of the flex fuel feature that most of the Dodges or most cars nowadays come with, where they will only have a certain amount of cylinders activated, and until the throttle response, it will activate whichever cylinders according to your performance. Or if you are in sport mode or the track mode, all 8 are running at all times. So when it comes to daily driving, it works. Even though you got to use premium, it works. And here we are. Sorry for the drastic change in scenery. It's late. I had wanted to spend time with family during the day, so just got home and wanted to finish up recording. My overall take for the Charger is that I can't say it enough. I'm very impressed with the vehicle overall. I'm happy. The only gripes I have is that lower trim vehicles, you can't exactly tell a difference. If you're not a big car enthusiast or familiar with all the models, all of them look the same. And some people may not know they perform differently. They should, because they should know exactly what they're getting. They have the SXTs, GTs, SRTs, RTs, and of course the Hellcats and the Demons. But for the most part, this year, they look all pretty similar. Subtle differences like the rims and the badging and the grille. But for those who are more familiar with the car details and the models or the trim levels, you know exactly what you're getting into. However, for me to spend, the amount of money that it goes for to look like those other subtle models, I don't like that. But at the end of the day, it performs extraordinarily well. And yeah, one day maybe I'll get the wide body. In the meantime, for those watching, thank you, and those who subscribe, huge thank you. It's very unexpected. The little amount, which I'm totally grateful for, I did not expect. So it's pretty awesome. I'm learning real quick. This editing game is no joke. So I'm trying here. Till then, like, comment, or subscribe. I'm allowed to say that, right? Like, that's what we. For next time, stay tuned, because I will cover the ZL1, which is my all-time favorite. Take care.